Welcome to new Kumba software and DPAA tutorials. This tutorial is about status actions, which is basically a set of actions you can take that are unique to the particular status. Now, not all status providers have actions you can take. However, when they are there, they are very helpful and they're available with some of the status actions that you have within or status providers that you have within DPAA. So let's take a look. So I got to come over appliances, select them in the default domain. I'm looking at the memory status. And if I run the memory status now, this is kind of going to be coerced, but let's say that the usage on one or more of these appliances was really high, like it was bouncing way up into that 80% or 75% range, and you just want to take some kind of immediate action. There are other tools within DPAA you can go to, system control mode thing, to do some things, but the cool thing is once you select one or more rows in here, and you go to the handler menu, you're going to see on some of these some extra menu options that are available to you, and some of them will have capture status and some of them will have graphing ability, but these are unique to this status, which means I can choose to reload the firmware, remove the appliances, halt the appliances, or power the appliances off. That's based upon what I have selected. If I had nothing selected, if I pulled out that hamburger menu, I can't do anything. I can't do any of these status actions, but I have to have at least one of these selected to be able to perform one of these actions that are available to me that are unique to this status. To kindly show you some other examples of this, I have some things more too that we're going to take a look at it for. Active users is another bit example. Let's suppose you have some active users going on here and you deal with that. So you have some active users. And if I drop this down, notice that I can reset failed mulligans and force a password change or disconnect the user. So these are the three status actions that are available to me within the active users status page. So I don't have to go to another place to do that. I can do this right from the status screen. Data static host, same thing. I can select whichever ones I want. Then I can go to the hamburger menu, and you can see where I have the ability to flush the DNS cache, or ping a DNS host, or ping a DNS IP. So there's a difference between pinging a host and a pinging an IP is you want to know whether or not you've got a DNS that's working or you want to ping at my IP and hit it my IP. But either way, you've got these three status actions. Notice they're unique. They're not the same as what you saw under active users, and obviously so, because the information to be able to do this is right here within the status provider. So if I go to the last one that I'm going to demonstrate to you is the domain status. And again, I can select any number of domains here across any number of appliances. When I go to the hamburger menu, see how I had say checkpoint? If any one of these needed, like if say needed was on any one of these, the same configurations option would be available, and DPAA within be smart enough to know what configurations there are to save. You can back up any of the selected domains. You can quiesce any of the selected domains. And if any of the selected domains were quiesced, you would be able to unquiesce them. You also have the ability to restart the domain. So you can see in this status provider, there are quite a number of status actions that could be taken depending upon the status as it might be available within the domain status itself. So you're really trying to have to go through these. There's not a status action on every status provider, but when they're there, you're going to find them under this venue, and they're going to be independent of these two menu items, which are on every status provider, and potentially the graphing ones, which might be on some of the status providers where graphing is useful. So again, you'll want to be looking for these because in some places there are quite a number of options. We're probably going to be expanding these, that is, as time goes on, the community and ourselves are going to find other ways that we can apply status actions to different status providers here. And you weren't taking advantage of that. And if you see something that should be there that we don't have there, just drop us a note. Go out to www.kumbasoft.com and drop us a note out there. Go through Contact Us, Lee. Tell us what's missing. We'll be glad to add it in there Somebody from Kumbasoft will get back with you. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.